When you send reminders to your customers and they finally pay up, what do you do? I'm sure it takes you at least 5 to 10 minutes to go into the email, confirm the payment, update your sheet, and send the confirmation message. It's a lot of work. So let me just show you the first system that is going to handle this for you. So we have built a system that generates invoice, and we have also built a system that sends this invoice to our clients and also reminds them subsequently of their pay up until the due date or up until they make payments. So the first system that we're going to create now is going to be the system that will take care of the receiving the receipts and confirming their payments. So we're going to create this as usual on Make. So for reference, this is what the system is going to look like. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to build it step by step. So once you sign up on Make.com for free, so simply just go to create scenario here. What you want to do is watch for emails because we were sending them emails reminding them of their payment. And we had also said that, oh, once they make payments, they should send a receipt. They should send an email to us with the receipt of their payment or with the evidence of their payment, with the receipt of their payment or evidence of their payment. So what we want to do is to get our email to watch for emails such as that are going to be sending that payment to us. So we update our connection. If you don't know how to create your email connection, I have a video on my channel so you can check that out. So, oh, we are not supposed to send an email. We're supposed to be watching for an email. It picks the wrong trigger. So email, and we watch for emails, and we create we check our connection here, choose a connection here, and our folder here is going to be inbox emails. So it's loading up. So we do inbox email and the criteria, or emails, or you could do only on read emails. So to handle only the emails that come in and you've not opened them. Whatever works for you, it's fine. So we really don't want to do anything else. But what we can do is if we are certain that the customer is going to say, oh, here's an evidence of my payments or something, then we can include that as the phrases you should look for here. So we can say payment. So we can just include this and we save this. So you can say all emails and save this and save this. So our next module is going to be the module that downloads the file because they're going to send us a PDF or a PNG, JPEG, whatever of the of their evidence of payment. So we want to download that into our folder so that we also have that as well. So what we are going to choose here is going to be the Google Drive module, which downloads the file. So you want to establish a connection here. So once you choose where you should download the file into, so we have receipt here, so let's put it there, and then we save this. Sorry, I'm supposed to upload the file first. Like I kept saying, upload the file. That's why it's throwing up that error. So I upload the file here. Picked the wrong thing again. Yeah, so upload the file. Establish a connection. Save this. Come in here. So we select where it would upload it into. So we do receipt here, and that's fine. So we so the file name is here and the data is here. So we save this and we save this. So the next thing that we want to do is download this file because we work on it. So what we want to do is to be able to extract details from the payments from the evidence that is sent to us. So we want to extract the amount that was paid, the date that time was paid, the time of transaction, the date that the payment was made, the time of transaction, and all those kind of things. So the module that we need right now is the Google Drive that will download a file rather. So we want to select from our list. I think we should do manually so that we'll pick this file ID here that was uploaded, and we save. So the next thing is that we want to have a router that will process it depending on the type of file. So they can either send like a JPEG or they will send a PDF. So of course the processing for a PDF is not always the same as a JPEG or a PNG, that's an image. So what we want to do is to split it and have a router that will determine if it's a PDF, it will run this way. If it's a JPEG or an image, it will run this way. So that is the next thing we want to have here. We want to have a router here. So the first one is going to be if it's a PDF. So we want to have pdf.co to extract files from that PDF for us. I've talked about pdf.co before, and in my previous channels, in my previous videos where we were trying to create the PDF, so that your connection will still work for you. So what we want to do is to use this AI invoice parser. So it should take care of handling the invoice. So the input file is going to be this. It's going to be this. So you upload this file, and then if you want to extract custom fields, you can always add it here. I personally want to extract custom fields, so I'll just add it here. These are my custom field: recipient's name, recipient account number, sender name, and things like that. So you save this here. So you save this here, and let's see if what we have here is a PDF. So the next module that we want to have is the module that is going to update. First of all, search for the person's name in our spreadsheet before it can go ahead to update. So the first one is going to be the one that searches role. So as usual, we look for a connection here, and we look for our spreadsheet, which in my case is called comment. So let me not bother it here. The next thing is going to be the name of the sheet is invoice reminder. So what we want to do is if the full name equal to, so we have, I need to run this so I can get details. Okay, yeah, I think I can't even still get it. I need to run this to be able to get details because these are the only things it's making available to me. I need to be able to run. So let's unlink this. Let's run this and see what kind of file we are even working with. Okay, so it's a PDF. Mm. Oh, is a, you see? So it's an image and a JPEG. That's why it's not running. You see, so pdf.co will only work on PDF. So let us make that change immediately. So we are going to set up a filter that is going to say that this, where is it? If the main type here is, so let's say contains case insensitive image slash JPEG. So sorry, this is going to be PDF. So we say that's the only way it's going to run in here, so that we will not have this kind of errors again. So I guess I have to go and send a PDF to a PDF file to that email so that we can work with it. So what we do is please confirm my payments. So we attach our file here. I'm looking for, yeah, so let's work with this. Of course, so a message has been sent. So let's save this and run this one more time to see if we're going to get anything. Let me update this so that it can pick up the email that I just sent. If we save this and run this again, let's see what we'll get. Okay, it's running through now. Let's see. Okay, it's generating the the custom details for us now. Let's see what we'll get. Okay, So it has finished its execution here. And as you can see, we have our custom details. So let's connect this back up so that we can search for the fields that we want to search for. As usual, you create your update your connection here, and we're looking for a spreadsheet name, which is comment. And the sheet name here is invoice reminder. And what we want to search for is if the full name is equal to what we have here, the custom fields here. So we're going to have sender name. So let's do that. Or we do content is equal to the sender name, because of course it's only people that are on your database that are going to make payment to you. So that name is definitely going to exist. So this is always misbehaving. Let's So you set your limit to one, because of course it's only going to be one person bearing that exact name. So you save it. The next thing that you want to do is to do the update rule. So now that it has gotten the rule that has that particular name, it's going to update it with the new details, like the payment, that the amount that the person has paid, the time the person made payment, the date the person made payment, the account the person made payment to, all those details that you basically need. So we click on Google Sheet as usual, and we update a row. So we choose a spreadsheet, which is comment here, and then our sheet name is invoice reminder as usual, and the row is what you're going to get from that searching your files. So what we want to do is to come down here and update things like the amount the person paid. So you can see that in your custom details here. You can see amount here, and you can see the recipient's account number here, and you can see the recipient's name here, and you can see the sender account number here, and you can see the time of transaction here. Of course, these results are not, some of them are not necessarily like the sender account number. You really don't care, but I'm just telling you how much. I'm just doing this as a demo to show you how much details you can extract from these, right? So you want to also have the date, um you also want to have the date of transaction. So time of transaction is here, and you want to also have the transaction number. And you might not necessarily need that, but so the date of transaction, you can find it here in the invoice date here. So the other details you can also find if you look into this. You can see if you look at the customer, if you look at the vendor, if you look into the fields that it originally has, you can find these details. But I just prefer all of them to be packed in one here, so I can just, that's why I decided to put it as custom fields. So once you're done with that, you just save these and you save this. So what we want to do is to establish a human contact here. So what we want to do is, once it is done updating these files or updating the fields, we want it to send the message to maybe the accountant or whoever is in charge to confirm these payments as well, like manually, to also look at our records, look at the money that has come into our account. Has this money coming? We want to be able to verify that, because this is going to work for, maybe let's say, because we are ideally, I'm thinking that this would you would use for like direct bank transfers. So sometimes people can send you a receipt and maybe the money did not come in, maybe it wasn't even a real receipt. So a lot of things can go on with direct bank transfers. So we want to put a human in the loop to make this confirmation as well, which ideally will not even take you up to like 5 minutes. Just the details will be sent to you. Just check if you can see that payment. If you can't, just check if you can see that payment. That's like takes you like 10 seconds. But if you don't want that, you can always remove that. But I'm just thinking that let's put a human in the loop so that the person can also, as a human, confirm this payment. So to have something like that, we're going to add a Slack module that is going to send a message to a particular person on the team. It's going to send a direct message, not going to be a group message, a direct message to that person on the team, and be like, please confirm these details. Send you all the details that you need: the name the person made, the name the person, the customer's name, the transaction details, everything you basically need to be able to go into your bank app to confirm this payment. So to have that going on, we go to Slack, and we click on Slack here, and we say send the message. We can decide to send this as a bot or as a user. So let's just see. I already explained the difference in one of my videos. You can go check it out. Mm, So let's select from the list. We want to send, like I said, we want to send a private message. So sorry, a direct message here. So we don't want to send it to everybody. We just want our accountant to be the one to handle this. So let's say this person right here is the accountant. So this is the message format that we want to send to the person. So let's go ahead and update this. So we come in here and we pick our details here. So we're going to say this is the person's full name. This is the total amount that was due for the person, and this is the amount that the person has paid, and this is the time that that transaction happened, and this is the date that the transaction happened, and the receipt, and then the recipient's account number. We don't want to do name. This would work if this recipient account number is necessary if you have different banks that you receive money into your business. So it's important that you know which bank that the person particularly made payment to. So you save this and you save this, right? So this should work perfectly right now. So if we run this again, I really hope it doesn't. Okay, I want it to. Yeah, exactly. So yeah. So we run this again. So while it's running, let's load up our Slack so that you can see the message. Yes, so it has sent out the message. So our Slack is loading so that we can see the message is sent. So you can see here it says please confirm the payments below, full name, amount paid, and all of these, which that means that that particular route is working perfectly. So now let's go to the second route, which is going to take care of our image receipt. So we want this to be image here. So we want this to so we want this to be image slash JPEG because that's the other things. So we do save here. So the first thing that we're going to use is we're going to use OpenAI to extract the data to analyze the image and extract the details of the image to us. So we come here and search for OpenAI. So what we want to do is come down here. We'll see analyze images. Analyze image is going to analyze the image for us. So we choose that this thing. And of course, we provided the prompts, a prompt like this one. We say provide that it should return the details in a JSON so that you can put everything together. And we add the image here, so we can just add the image file from here to automatically map our file. And then for the model, you could just, I don't know, we'll do four. We'll do 4 mini. And then the tokens here, we can do 1000. And we save this, and we save this. Let us send a JPEG image down here so that we can analyze that. So let's run this module once and see what we get. Okay, so we choose a specific time. Let's change it to 1 so that we can save this, and then we run it. So let's run this again. Okay, so it has come in here and it's analyzing the image. Okay, so it has given us our result here. So you see this result is clustered now. So what we want to do is pass this through a JSON so it can extract it into its individual components for us. So how do we do that? I already copied the output there. So we are going to look for the JSON module, which is, so we do pass a JSON here. And so you have to create a structure here to pass this JSON. You can say receipt you generate here, and it's going to generate this for you. And it has automatically generated all the fields that you will be needing. So you save this, and then for your strings here, just put your result here, and then you save this. And as and of course, you are going to do the same thing here now. You're going to search for the row that matches the name and updates the role as well. So because it's going to be the same thing, we are going to just clone this and put this here and clone this again and put this here. So we're going to change our prompt here to be if the full name is equal to the center name here. So we save. Of course, the update is going to be relatively the same, but the row number is going to be this. The update will come from our JSON, which is amount paid is this, recipient account number is this, recipient name is this, sender account number is this, time of transaction is this, transaction number is this, invoice date is this. So you save this and you save the entire scenario, and you bring it up here. So as of course you also clone this because you also want to notify your accountant about this. So you go in here and make the necessary update as well. So the full name is going to be this, and the total amount due is going to be this, and the amount paid is going to be here, and the time of transaction is going to be here, and the date of transaction is going to be here, and the recipient account number is going to be here. So you save this and you save this. So let's try to run it so we can see what we get. As you can see, the system is working perfectly now, and this will send a confirmation and this will send a message to your accountant to confirm the payment from this particular client, or to you yourself to confirm this particular payment. And in our next video, we are going to see how we can confirm this particular payment, update our database, and also send a confirmation email to the client. So I hope you set this up today, and I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.